Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's second breakout session. This is the 5-minute EdTech Smackdown. Our particular session here for the second breakout is entitled Tech Websites and Google Tips and Tricks. So we have a number of presenters lined up to speak with you all today. We have 13. We've kind of got a baker's dozen theme going on here in our slideshow. To reflect that, but we're glad that you chose this track to take a look at. And so we're going to start out kind of with our 13 different presenters, and I will introduce each one of them. They'll have 5 minutes to speak. Now, just keep in mind that 5 minutes isn't really a deep dive into any particular tool at all. So this is just kind of an overview of a tech tip or trick that you can then just be aware of, and then do a little bit more research on your own, or you can ask your instructional technology coordinator to meet with you and go into your sessions or go into a little bit more detail about what you've learned or been introduced to in these sessions this morning. So again, want to welcome everybody. I also ahead of time want to give a big thanks to the 13 presenters that we have here today, and look forward to learning from them throughout this session. So a little bit about me. So my name is Scott Summer. I'm the I work for Pickerington Local Schools as the high school instructional technology coordinator. So if you are working grades 9 through 12, you can contact me there through my email address. Twitter handle is there as well. All right, and just to kind of get the chat up and running this morning, if you could go ahead and put in the live stream chat where you teach and what you teach, that can give our presenters a little bit of a heads up of kind of what type of audience we have joining us today. That would be great. So take a second or two to fill that out. Okay, and then just wanted to give you a brief overview of today's agenda. So like I said, we do have 13 presenters here with us today, talking on a wide variety of technology tools. Some names you may find familiar, some names may be new to you. We do have one presenter from Finland, which I think he wins the award for the most long distance person joining us today. So, but that's kind of the agenda for today. Also, if you're curious about can you get the slideshow copy of the slideshow from today, yes, one of the very last slides that we have in the session will have a bit.ly link that will take us to you to the published slideshow of today. So if you're looking for that, be sure to stick around towards the end of the session to get that bit.ly link. We'll also post it in the chat to the YouTube as well near the end of today's session. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start off with our first presenter. This is Christine Danhoff, and her title of her session is Talk and Comment Anywhere. All right, take it away, Christine.
All right, thanks, Scott. Well, good morning, everyone. Let's get this awesome Smackdown started with Talk and Comment Anywhere. My name's Christine Danhoff. I'm the Tech Integration Specialist at Genoa Area Local Schools, which is in Northwest Ohio. You can connect with me on Twitter, find my email there after today, but we're gonna dive into this 5 minutes real quick here. So the first thing that you'll do in order to use Talk and Comment is you are going to install the Talk and Comment extension. So after the end of this, you'll be able to get the link to that and go ahead and find that in the Chrome Web Store. So we're going to take a look at first putting it into Google Forms. So how do you utilize Talk and Comment here? So say you're putting together your Google form, but you want your students to be able to hear it be read by you or have them read to you some extended response questions. So how that looks is you create your Google form. You go ahead and click the Talk and Comment extension, which shows up on the right side of your screen. Record your voice. It's unlimited. There is no time limit with it. Once you record, as you can see in that GIF that's playing there, I'm going to get a link. So once I get that link, I'm going to copy that link, and then I'm going to paste it right after my questions or my responses or anywhere I want kids to be able to hear me reading. Note though, those little stars at the bottom of the slide, it says don't paste the part that's voice note in parentheses. You only want the URL. So once you have that, when you click the eyeball to see the actual preview of your Google form, or when you send it to your students, you're going to see on the left picture there that you're going to see a play button pop up there, and kids can click on it and hear you read the questions or the choices to them. All right, we're going to dive to the next slide here. From there, after you get back their responses in a Google Sheet, you're going to notice that I had students responding to an open-ended response there where they were going to actually record their voice. So this is great for language teachers, for speech pathologists, anyone that wants to be able to hear the kid's voice respond to the question. So again, it just is a little modeling on your part to demonstrate to the kids how to utilize the Talk in Common extension, how to copy the link, paste it there in the open-ended response area and get rid of the voice notes. But now you'll see the spreadsheet there in the bottom picture. When I go in to listen to their responses, when I hover my mouse over that link, there's a play button that pops up there. So I don't have to go out to an external tab or anything like that. It's built right into the sheet from that Google form. All right, we're going to go to the next one, which is slides. So utilizing Talk and Comment in slides can be done in a variety of ways. So slides already has built in the option to insert audio, but this saves a whole bunch of time when you're trying to put your things together for your students. So one way you can do it is just take that link and paste it into a text box, as you see on the left side there. Doesn't look real pretty, but when the kids hover over that link, the play button will pop up. They can hear your voice. The way I like to do it to make it look a little bit more cleaner is to use an image. So you can see I have a picture of a cat there, but you could easily insert an image of a speaker just so that they know that it's audio that's going to be there. And then from there, once they hover over it, they're going to get the play button again. So real easy to do. You don't have to change share settings on those audio files. It's unlimited, so you have no time limit, which is super cool. All right, we're going to go to the next one. Google Classroom, sometimes we put our info in there, and no matter what age the students, sometimes they need to hear your voice give those directions because they don't always read them. So once you put in the description in your Google Classroom assignment or material or whatever it is you're adding, you can paste that Talk and Comment link in there. You'll get the play button, and the kids again can listen to your voice describing what they need to do on that assignment. You can also use Talk and Comment on the stream in Google Classroom. So if you have an announcement you want to post, you can type it out, and you can also insert the audio for that portion as well. So those are some really cool things that you can do with it. All right, we're going to slide to the next one. You can also utilize it for voice directions on other websites, such as Class Dojo, or use it in the comments on a Google Doc or on a slide as well. So you'll see there that I have it off to the right, and the kids could hear my voice making any comments that I want to share with them or feedback based on their project or their writing that they did. Now, I did add in there Mote is another great option for these same things, but remember, Mote does have a time limit. So you can utilize Mote with comments, and you can use it in Google Classroom, and you can use it in slides now, which is really cool. But what I love about Talk and Comment, unlimited recording, super cool. All right, next slide. If you need to see any of these things again, I made a video of that short tip that I did, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll find it on there. Thanks so much for having me. Good luck with everything, and have a great day.
All right, that was awesome, Christine. Thank you very much for sharing that new tool with us. If we don't have that tool added to the web store available for download today, I'll make sure I get a ticket put in. We'll have that available to any teacher to download that extension. So awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, we are ready to move on to our next presenter, and just kind of fill that time that we're, so to keep along with our theme of a baker's dozen, we've got some questions posted in here. If you know the answer to the questions, feel free to add those answers to the chat as we get our next presenter set up here. So next we have Rick Ballou, and the title of his presentation is Thinglink, or Here, You Figure It Out. And we'll get Rick in here. Hi, Rick. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
And Rick, I have to give him a special thank you too. He's behind the scenes helping me kind of keep everything flowing nice and smoothly. So I do appreciate your help as well. So
No
without
problem.
any further ado, Rick Ballou.
Thanks. Let's go over a slide so we can figure out why there are 13 in a baker's dozen. And, you know, frankly, it's so the baker could try one out. I mean, you do all that work, you might as well figure it out. And like Kathy Lambert said, to have one to sample. All right, let's go to the next slide. So this is called Thinglink, or here, you figure it out. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've created a ton of video content with each one of my lessons, and they don't watch it anyway. So what Thinglink is, as demonstrated here, is a free and user-friendly digital tool that provides users with the ability to turn any image into an interactive graphic, create multiple hotspots on specific parts of an image, and turn that image into a multimedia launcher, include video, record audio, or provide a link to any website with the click of a button. Easily embed an interactive Thinglink graphic into a blog or website, and Thinglink is a truly amazing tool that allows users to pack a lot of content into a small space. And this was as seen on the link is above. I figured, why should I tell you what it's about when someone already wrote it out so succinctly? But it is just a fantastic tool. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so there is a pricing structure, but for our purposes and what I typically use it for is the free teacher version. You can upload interactive images and edit each one. You can publish unlimited images, which again, I'm using it for the purposes of here, you figure it out, mostly because, you know, like I gave those instructions and they didn't read them. So this way they can see a picture of what I want them to do. They move their mouse around and it'll show them what to do. And you can do unlimited of those. You can publish unlimited videos and virtual tour creation, because this actually works with 3D video as well. Finally, you get 1,000 views per year. I don't know how many students you have, but I have a lot, but it's not 1,000. So that's probably enough for most people's purposes. And again, it's completely free and you can log in with your Gmail or Office 365 login. Let's go on to the next. So here we have a little GIF or GIF. So as not to offend people, I say a GIF. And what it is you can see there's a picture. I teach 5th grade instrumental music. So right now you can see the mouse hovering over each one of the points on it, and you can embed a video. So as the little mousey dealy hovers over each one of those little hotspots, you can have it pop up with like a label. You can have it pop up with another link. And as you see, when it cycles back through, bada boom, you can embed YouTube video as well, and it'll play right there. It doesn't have to bump you out to another tab. Let's pop over to the next one. Oh, okay, so this I think was made by the amazing Katie Wells. I think Abed is in the chat and he'll let me know if I'm wrong about that.
I couldn't hear what.
And so this is just showing you all the things on a Chromebook. There are so many parts to a Chromebook, and you can explain it till you're blue in the face, and until they need to know it, they don't care. So what this does, hi Jennifer, what this does is a way for you to, when they're ready to learn it, it's ready to go right there for them. So yeah, with Thinglink, you basically create it and you say, here, you figure it out. It's up to them now to do the learning. You've put the learning back on the learners. That's all I have. Let's move on to the next one. Here's some resources for Thinglink. So, I mean, I said plenty of stuff about it, but that's not all there is to say. These are all links to some amazing articles. The one right above Microsoft users, the 87 plus interesting ways to use Thinglink, is nuts. It's basically, I think it was someone who decided to create a book about Thinglink things, and maybe it was part of their master's thesis. I don't know, but it's super in depth, and it shows, well, 87 plus interesting ways to use Thinglink in the classroom. It's pretty cool. And that's it. That's my time.
All right, great. Thank you, Rick. I really appreciate that. So as we get our next presenter in, we've got another 13 related trivia. So, and let me go ahead and add our next presenter. So we have Mika Nundy. Title of his topic is using Chromebooks and LoruGames.com to gamify learning. So we'll get him into the stream here. Okay. Hi, Mika. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine,
All right.
fine, thanks. I'm in Helsinki area, Finland. Thanks for Scott and the team for a really well organized online event. I've been attending many and I've seen everything, and this has been really fluent and going really well.
Oh, we
Thanks for that.
appreciate it. Thank you. So before he starts, so there's your answer, the fear of for Friday the 13th. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here and let Mika take over.
So I'm a Google certified trainer from Finland, elementary school teacher for 9 years. And I had this problem at the classroom. We were teaching one-on-one Chromebooks, and on Chromebooks, there's no Apple Store or Android Play Store, so all the fun learning games do not work with the Chromebook. And I wanted to solve that problem, so I studied some programming, and this is what I've done. Next slide, please. We'll be going pretty fast. This is some of our picture of our promos. Let's go to the next one. This is the important one. Here is the main things, and of course the LoruGames.com is the URL. But I think most of you have played Kahoot or Quizlet with the students, and I was playing also a lot of Kahoot, but playing Kahoot is just like playing Trivial Pursuit on Bub. So those people who know the answers will have fun, but those ones who do not, they will not enjoy, and they will not learn, certainly, and they will smash their head on the computer screen. Go back to this slide if you would like to have an easy start with the video guide, but let's see how the system works really quickly. So next slide, please. So we'll sign in from the LoruGames.com with the big button. Next one, please. And only option, because we want to optimize for Chromebooks, the only option to sign in with Google. So next one. And this is the landing page on the system, and we'll navigate to the teacher portal. So up here, the next slide, please. And we have like a similar system with Kahoot or Quizlet, but we will collect the data. And so we need to create a group where the students will join. So next slide. Now we have a group here, and the next thing is to create some question sets. Let's go to see that. Next one, please. And here we can create a question set from the blank, but as the teachers, we are really busy. So let's see the next one, because here's the big feature where you can go to Quizlet and actually export these question sets with this export function. And next slide will show us that in our system, we have this import system where the questions will be imported automatically in our system. Next slide will show us the questions in our system. In this case, I want to swap the questions because the questions and the answers, the questions are short ones and the answers are the long text. So next slide, please. And the last thing is to activate the question set back to the groups, and let's click the group name. And next slide, please. And this is the group view where we can see the data with the premium license. Go ahead and see the link here and activate the trial for a month and check out the data. But now we'll see the next slide for activating a set. Here we just need to check this checkbox. We can check multiple question sets also. Okay, next slide will be the last one to join the class, we will need to copy this link or the join code. And last slide will show you some low quality GIF videos about the games. What is the main idea is to build the games like clones from the mobile hits, or you could say so, but definitely not like trivia, but like real games. And you decide the questions, and students can decide the game. Okay, if you like it, please share.
Great. Thank you for introducing us to that. I know this is a relatively new product for you. And so, yeah, by all means, dig into that website, take a look at that product. Has a lot of really nice features.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, another short trivia question here for you. What is the 13 Club? Okay, if you know the answer to that, and you want to throw it into the chat, you can. Next, we have Savannah Ween, who's going to be presenting a quick and easy tricks to save you time from TikTok. So hi, Savannah, how are you? Your microphone is muted.
Okay, now I'm muted.
There we go. All right, great. So Savannah, let me just show the answer to this question, and then we'll go ahead and get started with your presentation. So, all right. And without any further ado, Savannah.
All right, so probably just like all of your students, I'm absolutely obsessed with TikTok, and I can't seem to be able to get off of it. But I've learned so many really cool things about TikTok and, well, about teaching that I've been using in my classroom. So let's get started. So the first one is being able to email students through Google Classroom. So if they have missed assignment and you would like to email them to have them complete that, there is a little icon at the top, which always goes unnoticed, that you can actually select the students that you want to use, and then you can email them. And the nice thing is it puts the assignment as the email title, and then has your students already BCC'd and ready to go. So we can go on the next one. This one is a huge one, especially because I have 10 Google Classrooms, 5 classes, and a cohort A and cohort B. And I've tried to use the scheduling, but you can only schedule your stuff for 1 class at a time. So it's really nice to be able to make an assignment and then just repost that assignment as you need it. You just have to put in the grade you want, and then you have to change the due date, but that's all just in that create thing. Again, another thing that you just don't even realize is there that could save you so much time. All right, and the next one. This one is kind of for that faster grading. I started to see that I was constantly like saying the same feedback over and over and over again for all of the students' work. So this is nice. Just over to the left of where you normally put your comments is a comment bank that you can save stuff in there and copy and paste those when you need them. So again, another thing that's there, and I just never really saw it till TikTok pointed that out. Okay, this one, I have been really trying to make my notes a lot more with a ton of pictures and everything, especially because I've been doing my notes over my virtual days and not in class. So I really want them to be able to connect their slides to their note sheet. So I have been using a ton of RemoveVG. It's really cool. You just save the picture you want, upload it into, drag it into the website, and it makes this really awesome picture that doesn't have a background on it. Which seems not really amazing, but it makes everything look really cool. All right, and I think I just have a couple more. Oh, this one has been huge because kids absolutely hate on the Google Docs when you put a line, because then when you go to type in the middle of the line, the whole thing shifts over, but it doesn't delete the line. So this one's cool because if you go up to insert and then equation in that drop-down menu, you can add, it's almost like a little text box there. You will have to highlight it. So that's what I'm kind of showing in the second picture, is when you add in that equation box, it does come up clear and transparent. So you have to highlight it. So I normally highlight it like a red color so that they know to fill that in. But that gets rid of the lines if you are wanting to use Google Docs. And then, oh my gosh, I forgot how many I put on here. So our next one is the late work form. This actually Brittany Bryan put together. And this is really simple because I hate having to go back through all of my assignments and see if kids turn things in late. So this is just a quick way to have them tell you that they got something done. And you just go through and delete them as you are grading them. And okay, I'm almost there. All right, so this one is how to make a Google slide, a template. So you just take your PDF or your Word doc and you can upload that as the background to the slideshow. Make sure you change the setup to the size of a normal paper, and then add your text box as you need it. And then,
all right.
Yeah.
We're going to have to stop you there, Savannah, but those were some great.
Too much.
Oh, no worries. It's always better to have more than less. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great tips in there. So that text box one is a huge one for me. So awesome. So well, those slides will be in there. You'll be able to see those slides too after the fact for those that Savannah didn't have a chance to get to. You can take a peek at that in the slideshow when we share that at the end of today's presentation. All right, and next we have Misbah Gadal. So thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Scott.
And the floor is yours.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for having me today. I'm Misbah. I'm joining you from the Wakelet team based in Manchester, England. Some of you may know about Wakelet already. If you don't, this is the best place to be right now. Scott, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Bear me a second. And then I'm going to ask the question which we all seem to be asking nowadays, which is, can you see my screen? I don't know if you can or not. Hold on. Okay, can you see my screen, Scott? Or anybody in the audience?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Amazing, perfect. Okay. So what is Wakelet? Wakelet is a free-to-use platform, and it allows you and your students to save, organize, present, and share any type of content from across the web. And when we say free, we mean completely free. No premium package, no limits on anything. It's just 100% bona fide free for educators. Now, the basic idea of Wakelet is turning really boring, unengaging hyperlinks, which we're all very, very aware of, into beautiful, engaging, dynamic, living, breathing collections of content. So here we've got like a simple WhatsApp link dump, and that on Wakelet would be something really visual, engaging, beautiful, that's going to get your students thinking, that's going to really engage them. So here's Wakelet explained in 3 steps. I'm going to rush really quickly through this. So step 1 is save anything into Wakelet. Now, anything that you come across on the web, we're talking about tweets, we're talking about Facebook posts, we're talking about documents, podcasts, anything that you think is going to help your students understand a particular subject can be saved to Wakelet, and 90% of the time it's going to embed into Wakelet as well. I'll show you all of that in just a few moments. The second step is organize and curate. So once you have all this amazing content into a collection, you can add your own thoughts, you can add your own instruction, anything that you want. You can organize items within a collection however you want. You can add your own images and add your own content as well. And the last one is collaborate and share. So you can invite your students and other teachers in your learning community into these collections so that you're all adding content. And it's amazing fun. Like, students absolutely love it. It also integrates with all of your favorite apps. So from Google Classroom, Remind, Teams, all of the Microsoft tools. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to show you how to create your first Wakelet collection. I'm going to do it in, hopefully I've got like 3 minutes left. So I'm going to try and do it in 3 minutes. So let's say, for example, you're a teacher and you want to create a collection of resources on climate change for your students. Very simply, create a new collection, type in the title, give it a quick description. And here's the fun part. We can start making this look pretty. So you can click add a cover image. You can either upload one from your computer, or you can choose from an amazing library of safe work images that we've got here. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in climate. Pick this one here. This one's really beautiful. You can also add a background image as well if you want, but this is the really cool part now, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this link dump into something really beautiful. Watch this. So all I have to do is literally right click and copy. And then in Wakelet, I click this plus button and I just paste it in, right? And what Wakelet does is Wakelet scrapes that website for information and instantly adds it on there. Now I can do this with basically any kind of content on the web. So what we've got here first is 2 articles, which I think my students are going to really love. I can do the same thing with YouTube videos. Really cool thing here is that it actually cuts out the ads as well, which is very useful if you're doing this in a school environment. We can do this with social media posts. I know a lot of your students are on social media, but if they're not, there's still some incredible stuff that you can get on social media. So this is an awesome way to kind of bring everything together. Slide shares, bunsies, Google Drive files, anything that you want. As you can see, every time I click add, it's embedding that content directly in. Now, what we're doing now is we're building a collection of resources to share with our students. And I can also go ahead and change the layout as well. So we've got compact view if you want the links to be a little bit smaller. We've got grid view where it changes the links into kind of like a nice grid area here. And we've got mood board as well, which is really cool when you just want to kind of move things about like this. The students really, really love that. Now, once that's done, I can go ahead and I can actually add text as well. So I'm going to click the add text button and I'm going to grab this piece of text here. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it in. Now this text box here can be used for instruction. It can be used for marking. It can be used for pretty much anything that you want. So I'm going to click done there. And when I click this plus button, you see that there's loads. I'm just touching the surface right now of what you can add to Wakelet. PDFs, Google Drives, OneDrives, really awesome as well. You can record a Flipgrid video directly into the collection. So I can click record, the camera pops out, I record instruction to the class, click record. I know I'm probably on my time limit right now. I can't see StreamYard, unfortunately. Click record, click next, click confirm. That uploads your video directly into Wakelet. And when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and click the done button. By the way, we've got auto save on as well, so you never have to worry about your work being missed. And now I can just go ahead and share this link with my students wherever they are. Whatever LMS platform they're using, I can embed this link in. And when they come, all of a sudden, they're like, okay, this is cool. I get this now. This isn't just hyperlinks. This is something really interesting. This is engaging. And all of that awesome mixed media content, it's just way more engaging than just having links on a page. I've run out of time, I believe, but there are some incredible ways that students are using, teachers are using Wakelet, whether it's classroom newsletters, whether it's setting amazing assignments, collaborative assignments for their students, and just fun stuff as well, like what's your walk-up song, you know, you share a Wakelet collection link, the students go on it, they don't even need a Wakelet account to actually contribute to the collection, and bam, they can just put their favorite walkout songs on or anything else at all. So head over to the, I'm gonna go and stop my sharing, head over to the last slide in my section and you can click on learn.wakelet.com and learn everything about it. Thank you so much. Sorry I went over the time limit.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Thank you for all that information in such a short period of time. That was great.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah, Wakelet is an awesome tool. I really like the Flipgrid integration that you've added to that product. It really makes it a really neat place to kind of grab everything and put it in one spot. So thank you very much for presenting today. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have Tracy, and Tracy will be presenting on Manage the Chaos with Google Keep. So welcome, Tracy, and the floor is yours.
All right, so apparently, how many Friday the 13th? Oh, Tyler's slides are there. I'll have to keep moving past Tyler. And we'll get to mine. So my name is Tracy Keogh, and we are going to be looking at how to use Google Keep to manage the chaos, whether it's within your classroom as a teacher, as a coach, with your students, and how to best utilize that platform within your classroom to help them. So keeping it very simple, I'm a technology integration coach currently, but I was in the classroom for 11 years in 2 different spaces, and we can move to the next page. All right, so keeping it very simple, Google Keep is a tool that is available if you are a Google user. It is on the right-hand side of your page when you're in your Gmail. When you have any of your documents open, it will show up on the right-hand side for you to utilize, and it can pop up and look something very similar to this. It is basically like playing with Post-it notes, so you can add in different notes and pull those up whenever you need them. You can color code those notes, you can bring in Bitmojis, you can add in certifications, and all of those pieces are really helpful to you as a teacher when organizing lesson plans, thoughts, behavior of students, different things that you need to jot down very quickly in a digital manner. When we're looking at it from a coach's perspective, when you're organizing multiple schools that you might be at, you want to make sure that you have color-coded schools so that you can always go in and grab that school very quickly and add more notes to that school, post it in your Google Keep. For students, this is a great place to also have them keep and organize their material, whether they're collaborating on research projects with another peer in their classroom that they cannot sit directly next to. They can open a Google Keep and actually share that Post-it note or message with their partners so that they're able to both add to those files and have it all in one spot without creating a document, without creating more work. It can all be embedded right in that Keep for them. Another great platform and use for this is to use this as a quick feedback piece. I have a lot of teachers that love to use their Bitmojis in their Google Keep. They're not allowed to embed or have the Bitmoji extension on their school computer. They can put those sticker Bitmojis right into a Keep sticker sticky, and then they have those there to just copy and paste right into their quick feedback to give students right away and help them. Another great feature of helping to organize this chaos when you're looking in your classroom or working with your students is Google Keep is available on phones as an app so that you can work offline as well, traveling between classrooms, being with students from one space to another, where they may not always have their digital device, their computer with them. They always have, most of them will always have a phone so that they can pull those Keep notes up right there with them, as well as you as the teacher, and have access to all of those pieces that you might be looking for all in one space. So it keeps you grounded in space and quickly moving through things. So that was my quick spiel of 5 minutes on how to organize your chaos with Google Keep.
All right, thank you, Tracy, for that intro to Google Keep. All right, so we've got another 13 question here. After the 12 colonies are destroyed, Battlestar Galactica embarks on a mission to find what 13th colony? And while you're looking for the answer to that question, we have Tyler Tarver joining us. Tyler is going to be presenting on TikTok for Education. Hi, Tyler. How are you?
Oh, Scott, I'm so great. It's so good to hear your voice. You sound majestic. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you could join us.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I am talking to you about TikTok in education, and there's not a separate app for TikTok. So don't think like, well, I'm Googling for TikTok education app. This is the regular TikTok app. And first thing I'd love to know in the comments, are you on TikTok? Yes or no? And if you are, I would love to see what your handle is. So that way we can follow each other. Everybody can get in here and we can build a community. So the reason I'm a huge fan of TikTok, why it has become one of my favorite platforms to learn and grow on like in the field of education, is because it's curating it for me. And it's not that I moderately know how to use the internet. I've been on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on all those little chicken nuggets. But the problem is it requires me to go out and find it. The algorithm is tailored around a lot of what around kind of what I choose to go for and then what I'm looking at. with TikTok, it has, and here's my pitch, okay? And again, I'm not getting commission on this from TikTok. I don't work for TikTok. Yes, we have the same initials, Tyler Tarver, TikTok. I like to think they thought of me when they made that, but probably not. And my pitch to you is that if you're on there and you enjoy TikTok educational videos, TikTok will create a PLN, a professional learning network. It'll create the community for you. So I'm gonna kind of show you some tips on there. Savannah did a fantastic job showing just some of the stuff that she's learned on there, and I've learned a ton on there as well from other educators. And so we're rolling to the next slide. I'm gonna kind of give you some tips on how to find your new best friends forever, BFF. I'm serious. When you get done, you guys, you're going to be signing each other's trapper keepers. That's how good of best friends you guys are going to be. So the first step is get the app, okay? And I know a lot of people, they're like, I don't want to get on there because I don't want to see people dancing. You don't want to see that. I get that, okay? When you first sign on, they're going to try to just give you popular content. And there is a lot of like dances and all that jazz. Once you're on it for about 2 hours, it will start curating it based on what you like. So you're going to be seeing stuff. You're going to be like, oh, wow. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The more you're on it, the more you do the things I'm going to talk about, the quicker it is going to build that platform around what you like. Okay. So the first thing you do is go into the search after you get the app and search hashtag teachers of TikTok. This is probably the most popular, if not one of the most popular handles, hashtags for educators. So go in there and just start clicking on there, watching some videos. It's going to curate the more popular ones, of course, which is good. You got to get a feel for that community. Now, next, go in and follow some people. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a few of my recommendations rolling up on the next slide. Follow some people. If you see somebody you like, follow them. Who you follow, the first 10 to 100 people, it's going to curate a lot of what you're seeing around who you're choosing to follow. Also, watch some videos. I got on TikTok, and for the first like 2 or 3 hours that I was on there, I didn't heart a video. I didn't do anything publicly to indicate that I liked any videos, but it still curated it around what I liked because it's reading the algorithm of I'm watching the whole video. So if I watch the whole video through, that means I liked it. I didn't swipe up to go to the next one. So it's going to know, oh, he liked that even though he did not hit the heart. Now, hitting the hearts, hand those out like candy on Halloween. Okay, so hit the hearts, and that's going to help curate it around what you're liking. So that's what I put number 5, hit the heart. Also, it's really fun to share with your friends. That's number 7. I skipped it because I love doing this. I love having I have different pockets. Do you have different group texts that cover different topics of things you care about? Does anybody okay, here's one challenge in the comments. Tell me the funniest group text nickname you have that you're allowed to say on the internet. So I'd love to know your favorite group text nickname. I would love to know that. Mine is Carlos Probanogo, which is based off of a joke from a podcast that I listened to 10 years ago. That's how you know. Inside jokes, baby. That's what it's all about. Leave some comments. Put your voice in the community. The more you talk and become a part of that community, the quicker that community is going to be tailored around what you actually enjoy. Let's roll the next slide, and I'm going to throw some more stuff at you. Man, you guys are popping in the comments. I love this. Okay, so Savannah talked earlier about some tips she had learned. I have used TikTok to help bookmark and tag different things that I want to remember to do later, okay? So I've got it pulled up on here. I don't know if you can see it. Here's one. This is actually my first recommendation, or actually I was the first one because I wrote my name. Sorry, guys. Don't follow me. I'm not that great. But the second one is Lessons with Lewis. I've got hers right here. On her video, what I can do is I can press and hold. It's going to pop up these options. Now, from those options on a lot of videos, you can save it directly to your phone. And they shrink down, they compress the file size, so it's not taking up a ton of space on your phone, but that is great. You have that video. You can upload that directly in your Google Classroom for your students. You can email it to or text it to your friends, and even if they're not on TikTok, it shows up as a regular video. So saving those videos, I toss that on there. And then also I favorite that. You can go in and favorite it, and it goes into a folder. It can be a private folder that you can go back and watch later. Share it with your friends. It is so much more fun to do this with your friends. Also, what I do, if I watch TikTok to kind of decompress at the end of the night, I'm watching it, just for anywhere from 2 minutes to 3.5 hours. I'll watch TikTok longer than I watch Avengers Endgame. That's a problem probably. email it to yourself to remember the next day. So I'll take it. You can share it directly from there. Email it to yourself. The next morning, I can see it, be reminded of that great tip or great resource, and then I can implement it. And then follow some great TikTok educators. On the right, I know I'm bouncing off, Scott. I know it. I see it. When you come on screen, that's the Oscar music in the background. I'm finishing up. We're almost done. Who to follow? I've got them listed on the right. If you want to screenshot it, you should do that. All those people I really like, different perspectives, and I just think they're fun to follow. We can go to the next slide. Is it my last slide? If not, it will be. Do all these things, screenshot it, start creating on there, have your students create. They're on the platform anyways. It's going to add a new level of engagement you've never seen when students are allowed to get there and let their voice be heard in this community. It is huge. It is huge for student engagement and is letting them be a part of the community. Last slide, Scott, and then I will exit stage right. I'm not walking off with an award, so that says a lot about me. I'm just a presenter. Okay. I am actually, my pitch to you guys is, if you want, am I allowed to do pitches, Scott? Give me 2 blanks. Sure. That's okay. Oh, sick. Thanks, Scott. I'm doing a free TikTok educator conference. I'm hosting it, but it's going to be voices from a lot of different people. If you want to sign up for that, tarveracademy.com/PD sign up if you want to. That's what I got. I'm so sorry. I'm screaming at this point. I'm so sorry if I've alarmed the neighbors, told the police on us. I feel like it was worth it.
Well, so 5 minutes just isn't enough time. So
I know. Scott, this time with you has been the best time I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add Alfonso to the stream here. And he's going to be presenting on Capwing IT. Yep. So let me give me just a second to get the slides in the right location here. All right, we got you. All right, have a great presentation, Alfonso.
All right, thank you, everybody. Hi, my name is Alfonso Medoza. I'm an instructional tech Google innovator from Texas, and today I'm going to share with you Capwing. And I know it's Capwing, it's a thing, so we're going to go ahead and talk about a place with 61, that's right, 61 content creation tools that all teachers can use. Not only teachers, but if you're just a content creator, you can go to capwing.com and check out all their 61 tools. You've got remove background, you've got resize, you've got all that good stuff. So let's go on to the next slide here. All right, so again, look no further, Capwing is your tool. Next slide. All right. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools, which is the translation video, or how to translate not your audio, but subtitles. So I need to go ahead and share my screen at this moment. There we go. So here is capwing.com, and notice 61 tools for you to use. You've got meme generators, mute video, repeat video, resize GIFs or GIFs, rotate them. You can do all of this for free. There is a paid version, but I will let you know, for video creation, as long as you keep your videos under 7 minutes, you can go ahead and subtitle a whole video as long as it's 7 minutes long, and you can upload it from your desktop, or you can grab a link from YouTube. So let me demo this for you real quick, and I am going to go down here where it says translate video. Now keep in mind, it's not going to translate the audio, it's translating subtitles. So if I go here, notice you have the option to either upload from your computer or paste a URL. Like I said, you can take a YouTube link or any URL here for that video, and you can go to town and make some magic. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick demo here. I'm going to upload from my desktop, quick translate, just to show you this option here. So this is what you get. All right, now I'm going to go here where I've already created this for you, but just to set you up, you can just click here where it says translate subtitles. So now you can go here. Current subtitle is going to be by default English. Click translate to any of these over 60 languages that you can translate to. I think it's 60. I didn't really count, but it looks like about 60. So I'm going to translate to Spanish because that's the most common here. And then all I will do is just click auto generate, and let Capwing do its thing. It will take a little while because it does use the Google AI, and like you said here, like it says here, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but it will work and do the trick. So you can go in there and make any fixes necessary. So let me show you here. I did create this little presentation demo. Here is my original video. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you. So if you notice, my subtitles are in English, but when I go to Capwing here, and I can go here to where it says subtitles, all I need to do here is just translate and translate to Spanish. So here's a different way of doing it. Boom, right there. Click translate. Look at my subtitles. Hola, amigos. So here we go. Let me click done. And magic. Hola, amigos. Aquí hay un video de demostración de traducción rápida con Capwing. So again, this right here, guys, it's worth its weight in gold. Completely free. Capwing.com. It's a thing. Check it out. And I believe that might be my time. If I have a little bit of time, then just go ahead and follow us at TechTeacher1381 on Twitter, and then you can find some more tech tips on our channel. Thank you very much, guys.
All right. Thank you, Alfonso. That was great. A great new tool that I didn't know much about. So thank you very much for that. Okay. Oops. Okay. So now we are on to our next presenter, which is Lori Floyd, who's going to be presenting on best practices for Google Classroom organization.
Well, hi
Lori.
everybody. I'm coming from Howell, New Jersey, which is not too far off the Jersey Shore. And I just wanted to give you guys some quick tips about some best practices for Google Classroom organization. I work in a high school district, but we have about 10,000 students and almost 1,000 teachers and other educators here. And I'm sure that they are experiencing a lot of the same things you guys are. You're struggling to get kids to hand stuff in. So if you could go on to the next slide. So here's the thing. Remember, depending on what grade you teach, your students may be in as many as 10 different classrooms. We have students who are in 7 academic classrooms, and then they add a health class, and then on top of that, they might have a guidance counselor's classroom or a club or whatever. The problem is that you know how you organize your classroom. Your students know that. So it's not a terrible idea. Even now, halfway through the year, give them a tour of your Google Classroom. Tell them how you're going to post things, how you're going to title them, how you get them to turn it in. If you could go on to the next slide. One of my best tips to teachers is turn off classroom notifications in the stream. It's in the settings pod. Save the stream for short notes, messages. Next slide. Because just, happy birthday, have a great weekend, and I keep that message in the top. Classroom tab is the easiest way to find things because it has the topics available to it. Go to the next slide. Okay, brings us to topics. So topics are really important to use and to name them thoughtfully. Here in our school, we have 4 marking periods. So what I suggested this year was that our teachers put MP1 or whatever marking period we're in front of their topic, so that the students can quickly see which topics work for which marking period. I also recommend having a day topic at the top of the page and then moving those things out. Okay, could you go on to the next slide? And there's just an example of using a today topic, and then you move that topic down into another one, wherever it would belong. Next one. And then naming your assignments. My recommendation for my teachers is to actually number them and then have that number match what you have in your grade book. It's so much easier when a parent or a teacher says, I'm missing, I don't know what I have, what I'm missing, can you tell me? You just say, yes, it's assignment number 26. Then to say, no, not that vocabulary, not that chapter. Much easier if you can be consistent with your numbering. And there's just an example of using the marking period, topics, and then the numbers underneath. Also, really important to always put due dates, points in your assignment, even if you're not counting them, even if the dates are flexible, just because of the way Classroom works. Due dates trigger reminders for the kids, and assignments without points, kids, when you return it to them, it looks like they didn't hand it in. It confuses them. So even if you're not going to count it, or you're not going to hold the due date, putting those due dates and points are important just for the way Classroom works. And my last recommendation is to try adding emojis to your topics assignment titles. I work on a Windows computer, so if I just right click, emojis come up, and then I can add those to my titles. If you don't have a Windows or your computer doesn't do that, you can always have emojis saved on a Google Doc that you just copy and paste in to add what you use most often to just consistently help your kids. Putting the numbers in front of them, the question marks. So as for the course information, just gives them visual clues, especially for littles. That can be really, really helpful. Okay, that is everything in mind. You guys so much for having me from New Jersey, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thank you, Lori. That was great. All right, we are going to go ahead and move on to our next presenter, which is Dana Cooney with her session, topic Gmail like a pro.
Hey, thanks.
Right. Hi, Dana.
Hi, I am Dana Cooney. I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. I teach computer science here. Forgive my background. It's nothing like Fonz or Tyler's, which is all set up. I'm in the process of moving, so maybe someday I can have a professional set like they have. But for now, we're just going to have to stick to the background right here. I would love to share my screen, Rick, if you could bring it up. We are going to learn how to Gmail like a pro. Now, Gmail is my favorite Google tool. It is so powerful, and there's so many things I could share. I could sit here and talk for an hour and a half about just Gmail. I could spend a half an hour just talking about filters, but we don't have time for that. We only have 5 minutes. So the one tool I'm going to show you is templates. Templates are so important to save time. How many times do you answer the same email over and over and over again? So we need to learn how to turn those on. So we're going to come up here to the gear because we have to turn on templates. And we're going to go to see all settings. Now, once you're in see all settings, this is one of the new ones. And they always put one of the new ones in advanced. So we're going to hit advanced here. And then under templates, you got to make sure enable is clicked. Now, if you switch anything, you are going to have to hit save. And so go ahead and do that. And then you're all set and you have access to templates. So how do I make a template? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to compose an email. And we're going to put a subject in there. So let's see, we'll call it lesson plans. And put a little body in there. Let's just say we want to tell the teachers, make sure you have your lesson plans uploaded to the drive. And so we have a link to the drive in there. And we probably send this email a couple times when teachers forget to do their lesson plans. So then we're going to go ahead and save it as a template. So to save it as a template, we come down here to the more, the 3 dots, and we go to templates. Now this is the new template. So we're going to come down here and say saved draft as template. And we could either save it as an existing, which will overwrite it. So if you want to update a template, that's how you do it. But I'm going to hit save as new template. Make sure you have the right name so you know what it is, and save. So now if I wanted to send this template, I would just go to compose, type the email address of the person I wanted to send it to, and then come down here to the more again, templates, and now I can select it and it's going to pop right up, and now I can hit send, and I've sent the email as a template. Another great thing to do with this is to reply to emails. I often get the same questions over and over again, so whenever I get it more than once or twice, I always save the email as a template so that if I get it again, I can just go ahead and send it. So an example is due to double entering grades with digital learning, I have to lock my assignments, but I don't want to do due dates. Everybody, some kids need more time. They're working, they're doing things, there's internet connection. So I always want to take late assignments, but I have to have them fill out a form if they want to turn something in so I can unlock an assignment. So I just go ahead and hit reply and come back down to templates. And here's the time extension form, and I just send them the form, say fill this out. When they fill out the form, I get an automatic email. I go open up I open up the assignment for them. The last one I wanted to point out is you can do filters. Now that's a little bit more advanced and we don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to kind of get you interested to say, how could I use this in my classroom? How could I save time by doing this? And I tried to keep it short so we can stay on time today, so I'm going to wrap it up right there. But if you want to reach out, my Twitter handle is @Dana Cooney, @_ at Dana_Cooney, and you can tweet me and I can show you how to do it with templates too, and find 12 million ways to use templates.
All right, Dana, thank you very much. Awesome time-saving tips there for sure. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. It was fun being here.
All right, and next we have Michelle Leeser is up with Google Classroom tips for your team.
Okay.
So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Okay, and hopefully you can see. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, there we go. So just want to introduce myself. I teach over here in Pickerington Schools. I teach general music, grades 5 and 6 at Tollgate Middle School and Dye Lane Middle School. And I wanted to create this short session about using tips for your team using Google Classroom, something we are using already this year. And in my dissertation research and just chatting with other people over their experiences this past year, I wanted to come up with a couple ways to streamline using Google Classroom. So let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, so my teaching partner, Jen Lennox-Kidione, she's probably in the chat. There we go. So she and I started using something called test classes. They've been referred to as dummy classes and other discussions I've had with people. But we use this as a way to organize all of our lessons, and we use it like a Google Drive folder. As you can see right here, we titled it 6th grade test class, and we put the year on it. This is something that we're both the teachers in it, and it's a way for us to hold all of our lessons. It's great for us in particular because we teach the same lessons, for 6 weeks in a row, then we switch to another group of students. And it's a way for us to kind of keep track of what we do, because Jen and I both teach the same students at different times of the year at 2 different schools. So it's getting a little bit confusing. And if you're going to use one of these test classes, what you want to do is you want to add all the teachers on your team, add them as teachers to your test class. So let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, so using your test class. So first off, you're just going to use it just like you would be copying assignments from another classroom. You're just going to go to create and then reuse post from your test class. And so that's pretty easy. Another thing that Jen and I have done is we are putting all of our links from the test class. We put them all in just one giant planning document. So we can kind of see 6 weeks at a time, we can see 12 weeks, or we can see the entire year. And we can just go in and click on that link, and it takes us to that link in that test class. So if we need to edit something didn't work out well, we can go back, put it in the test class, and then when we reuse that lesson another time, all we have to do is just reuse that lesson. And then we also have enabled Google Meet in the test class. And what that allows us to do is, instead of saying, hey, can I talk with you? When's a good time to meet? We already have Meet set up, and all you have to do is go over and click on it. I can tell Jen, hey, can you hop on the 5th grade test class? And it's already there. We don't have to send out invitations through email. So it saves us time there too. Let's go to the next slide. So somebody else already mentioned one of these things about hiding notifications. But this year, with the number of students that I see both in person and online through our Virtual Learning Academy, and with the number of Google Classrooms that I manage, which is over 30 this year, we've actually streamlined this process of using the test class, and we have, by doing these 3 things, we've had about a 90% response rate from all of our students, and that is absolutely incredible for them turning in assignments. So we did these 3 things this year. We've organized all of our student assignments by the week. So we've either written in week 1, week 2, etc., or we put in the actual dates. That's really important for the students to figure out which date is which, and which assignment goes on which week. And then we've also hidden the notifications on the stream. When you first open up one of our Google Classrooms, the only thing you're going to see on the stream is an introduction to us. You're going to see our website, you're going to see an email address, and maybe an introductory video or something like that. And again, this is really important because your assignments and announcements are going to get lost in the stream. Google Classroom right now does not have a way to pin anything at the top, so things that you want to tell students can get lost if you don't hide those notifications. And then finally, this is something that I have 4 kids myself here in the district, and my kids don't always turn in assignments. Imagine that. And what they do, what Jen and I have done is we've also added each other as students in our regular Google Classroom so that when we are making a tutorial video for maybe absent student or on our virtual lessons, all you have to do is when you're making a video using like Screencastify, WeVideo, or iMovie, and you're making a screencast showing where things are on the screen, you can actually show students to go ahead, just as a reminder, to go ahead and click on Mark is done or turn in the assignment. And just helps significantly so that students, they may hear you say it, they may read it, but they actually see it on the screen too. Okay, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I don't use Twitter as often as other people do, and but I just wanted to streamline this process for you since I know many of us use Google Classroom for everything that we do this year.
Thank you, Michelle. Great tips for Google Classroom in there. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, coming up to our next presenter, Hector Colombo. Hector will be talking today about data analysis applied to education. Welcome, Hector.
Hello, welcome. Indeed, my name is Hector Colombo. I am actually an economist, but I work in companies in the data analysis field, and I work as a university teacher too. But I found on the general field that on the first place, the Google Analytics tools like Analytics, BigQuery, but never realized that I could explore in the Google for Education world. So after I took a short course in the Harvard University in higher education, I started getting the Google for Education certification, level 1, 2, and trainer. So with this mix between my experience in data analysis and data visualization and the experience working in education, I started a company, Magister.ca, to teach not only teachers and schools on how to use Google Classroom and G Suite on the workplace, but non-for-profit organization too. And I found that they, in general, don't know they can get, after a series of emails, the G Suite for free. So going to the next slide, please. Thanks. I found the way to showing Google for Education plus the G Suite platform plus Google Data Studio. So why Google Data Studio? First of all, because it's a Google tool, so you can use it better with the other Google tools. And second one, because I used the Data Studio to present all companies' dashboard when I was working as a data analyst. If you wonder what Google's Data Studio is, it's a free data visualization tool that in some way syncs all of your data sources into one reporting experience. This tool enables users to create informative and visual dashboards that are easy to interpret, share, and customize. Next slide, please. So when you use this, for example, Data Studio, you can join all the educational measurement between the school or the nonprofit for education organization and the Data Studio platform in a dashboard. So you can present, for example, graphs, charts, and different kind of tables, and you can build in some way the way you want to present to principals or even the parents how the behavior of the student is. So going to the next slide, please. As you can see here, you can use different kind of connectors like BigQuery in order to connect all the data coming from the classes in Classroom and the dashboard in Data Studio. So in that way, you can follow the behavior of each of the students, the organization or school himself, and the teachers too, in order to try to improve for example, the way the teacher use the classroom and how to, in some way, next slide, please. In some way, how we can make some predictive analytics in pursuit of the student success. That is using, for example, machine learning or using all of the data generated inside the G Suite platform and then making a mix between Excel, BigQuery, and different, or Python, for example, trying to understand and predict the success of the student. This is pretty much my presentation. Thank you very much. You can follow me in Twitter as HE Colombo.
All right. Thank you, Hector.
Thank you.
Okay. Getting close to the end here. But up next, we have Amber Trout is our final presenter.
Yay.
Of today's session. So Amber, welcome. We look forward to hearing about your presentation regarding Pear Deck.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. If we can go to that introductory slide, I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit more about me. All right, so my name is Amber Trout, and I spent the last 11 years in public education. I live in Colorado currently, but I am now the newest member of Pear Deck. I'm the instructional technology manager there. And today we're gonna learn 5 Pear Deck tips to improve productivity, but also I wanna sweeten the deal. It's the last one of the day, so I put a lot of different little parries in there. I want you to see all the parries, count them all up. I'm gonna give 5 people, 5 of you, t-shirts today from Pear Deck. So you can email me, take a screenshot of this real quick, because you're going to be able to get a free t-shirt if you, the first 5 people to email me with how many parries they saw. So keep your eyes peeled. All right, next slide. All right, so I'm going to talk to you about our first tool, which I love, is called Immersive Reader. It's great for your English language learners, great for your non-readers, students with accommodations. It's a great tool you can use for students to be able to, of course, interact in your lessons the same way as other students. It can be turned on or off, so don't worry if you're a foreign language teacher and you're like, that is my worst enemy. And it will be available on the student side. I want to show you some cool tools in it though. So if we could share my screen, I'd love to show you how it really works. So here is a student slide in Pear Deck, and you can move the little dots around. Now on the far right-hand corner, you're going to see this little book and speaker. That's Immersive Reader. It's going to give you the ability to turn text into speech.
Drag the 3 dots to the main parts of the cell.
So it reads it to you. You might not be able to hear that, but I can. And you're going to be able to, of course, see that it's reading to them. You can click on words and see picture dictionary. So now they're making a visual connection to something. You also have tools to go through and make them a bigger text for students with vision impairments and lots of other things here. Also, in reading preferences, you can turn it into a line focus for those kids getting overwhelmed with a ton of text on their screen. And last but not least, you can translate it into over 80 languages. So now you're going to be able to put it in their native language, click on a word, see it and hear it in their native language in English with a picture to go with it. So use Immersive Reader if you're not using it. It is so great and great for your kids to accommodate for themselves. Again, available on the student side, little book and speaker, right-hand corner. All right, take me back to the slides, please. And we're moving forward. All right, so we have a brand new feature at Pear Deck. It's called the Shared Teacher Dashboard. We are so excited about it because now you can invite your co-teachers, paraprofessionals, student teachers, and more to be able to have them in your presentation with you. It's unlimited. Invite them all if you want, and you're going to be able to, of course, have them in there guiding the learning for the students in the background while you drive it for the rest. I gave you a little image there of how to do it, but it's the 3-dot menu in your teacher dashboard. There's an invite co-teacher, copy the link. And I left you a little video here explaining it as well. So check it out. Next slide. This is one that a lot of people don't know we have. It's called Flashcard Factory. It's a great way for students to collaborate on drawing, creating sentences, and modeling vocabulary words. It is available if you go to peardeck.com, and then in your dashboard, you'll see that you have Flashcard Factory. You can import your own word list, which is really great to save you time. We have a Webster's Dictionary button, so they can just click there and go. And they can also be exported to GimKit Live after. Slide. Be Internet Awesome, such a great thing we have with Google. It's a free digital citizenship curriculum. It's free with people that are using Pear Deck. The lessons will go right into your Google Drive, and you can now share them with your students to be able to show them how to share with care, be safe on the internet, and what you can do with all the different ways that you can use the internet now. Vocabulary will go into Flashcard Factory as well. There's folders for that, and there's some teaching resources that will be loaded right into your Google Drive. Slide. Last one, I promise. The Pear Deck Orchard is our templates library online. A lot of teachers don't realize that we have way more than what is included on the Pear Deck sidebar. It's full of pre-made templates. We have new related arts for PE, music, art, drama. We have Newsella daily decks where you can have Newsella articles and Pear Deck interactivity. And we have a really great collaboration with PBS NewsHour, great current event slides. Just search Pear Deck Orchard. I did link it in the actual name there. So if you'd like to click on it, that would also be there. All right. That's what I have for you today. Make sure you checked out those Perrys because I want to give out 5 shirts to those of you that counted those Perrys today.
All right, Amber, thank you very much.
Of course.
That was great. Everybody today, I just want to say great big thank you to. Without you, this wouldn't have been able to happen today. So tremendous tips, things that we can dig into deeper down the road. Just want to put a shameless plug out for myself. Anybody at the high school that needs any assistance with any of the tools that you saw today, please give me an email, scott_summer@plsd.us, and I will reach out and we'll set up a time that we can meet. The link to today's presentation is published at bit.ly/PLSDIC for Innovation Conference 21. So again, bit.ly/PLSDIC21 if you would like to see today's presentations, and all those links that all the presenters embedded in the presentation are accessible through that published slideshow. So just a quick reflection, just think about what your favorite tip trick. If you come out of today's presentation with just one tool that you can take back to your classroom to dig into or maybe make your life a little bit easier, I'm hoping that you grabbed at least one thing from today's presentation to help make your instruction that much more engaging, as well as maybe some time-saving tricks as well. Just a quick heads up, and if you're here at North, you heard the announcement, but this is now our lunch break. So your building principal should have reached out to you to let you know exactly where the lunches will be found. And then we will start breakout session number 3 at 1 o'clock. You have a choice between Dr. Catlin Tucker talking about choice boards and choose your own adventure learning experiences, or Casey Bell, who will be talking about digital differentiation with Google. All right, again, thank you to everybody. Rick, big thank you behind the scenes, helping get everything run smoothly. And just a quick shout out to Brian Seymour, Stephanie Howell, and Angie Rakapaw for all their hard work on organizing today's session. So really appreciate it. Everybody have a great remainder of your day.